Friday. It is April 16th, and I have Larry here, and we are going to do a very fun PowerPoint today. I know you've been working very hard this week. You did your first math test on Wednesday, and then we did the big, huge introduction lesson on Thursday for our new unit on measurement, chapter 11. So we thought today would be fun to go through and just do a fun PowerPoint together. And this is an introduction. It is introducing the new unit on measurement. So are you ready, Larry? I sure am. I can't wait to get started. How about you, boys and girls? All right, so here we go. So here is measurement lesson 1. And I'm just going to go through and click each one. And it says, what is measurement? You know what, I'm going to see if I can put this in a slideshow for you. Nope, that's not working. Let me try this. There we go. That's a lot better. Okay, so we have a measurement lesson 1. Problem of the day. So this is subitizing, which means basically you are looking at each one of these. This is a warm-up to our lesson, and you're just looking at this and seeing if you can say what the number is, how many, without actually counting. So if you can look at this, and I know that's not how we normally do our counters on our 10 frame. So you look at that and you see if you can just say, oh, that's 6. And then this one, quickly, 2. And then over here, 5. Down here, 4. Here, 5. And last, how much is this? 9. So it's just a fun little warm-up. It's something different with 10 frames. So measurement tells us how long, tall, heavy, or full something is. Let me look at that again. It says measurement tells how long, tall, heavy, or full. But Mrs. Sigmund, I don't know what that means. I don't know what those words are. That's what we're going to be talking about in this unit, Larry. So today is just an introduction, and you're going to get a chance to see. So here we have when you measure how long something is, you measure it this way. So you would have something, a line or something like this, and whatever the object is, like here the pencil, you move the pencil right up to the line, and then you measure how long it is. Oh, I see now. That's what long means. And this one says when you measure how tall something is, you measure it this way. So when you're measuring how long something is, we're going to go back. It's this way from left to right, like the way we read. When we measure how tall something is, it's from the bottom up. So this is how we measure how tall something is, like a glue stick. Next, it says when you measure how wide something is, you measure it this way. So now you see here, we see how wide this box is. Not how tall it is or how long, but how wide. Okay, that shows how thick it is. When you measure how heavy something is, you measure it with a scale or a balance like this. So if we have a scale, which I have in the classroom, you can measure and see the weight of something, how heavy it is, by putting one thing on this side and one on the other. And because this one dropped all the way down, it means that the horse is heavier than the rose. You can weigh yourself on a scale at home, and that will tell you how heavy you are. So you can measure your weight by measuring it on a scale. When you measure how full something is, you measure how much is inside. This jar is empty. This jar has something in it. It has some liquid, and it's about halfway full in our jar. So We can measure how full something is by looking inside and comparing this jar to this jar. How can I use measurement to help me during the day? Think about it for just a moment, boys and girls. Think, is there any way that you might use measurement during the day? And you can make a list of what that might look like or what that might be. When you measure something, think about why you might be measuring it. So, for instance, if I wanted to see how much Larry weighed, I would put him on a scale. I could stick him on a balance scale and put him on one side and, I don't know, maybe this book on the other. And I could get an idea of which one is bigger and which one's lighter. Or I can just hold it in my hands. I could go, Larry is definitely lighter. This book is much heavier. So I can see how much things weigh just by picking them up and holding them in my hand. I might need to know how long something is because maybe I'm not sure whether I have a box big enough for it to fit in. So that might be a reason why you might measure. So talk to your parents. Talk to them about what kinds of things you might measure at home. Why would you need to know how long something is? How tall something is? How wide it might be? Or how heavy? Or even how full, like my water bottle. So talk to your parents about what things around the house that you might be interested in measuring, and maybe you could go ahead and do that. So that is our Friday's lesson, our PowerPoint, and our introduction to Chapter 11. And starting on Monday, we are going to begin with our very first lesson, Lesson 1, in Chapter 1. Whoa, that sounds like fun. I can't wait to start learning more about measurement. Thank you, Mrs. Sigmund. And thank you, boys and girls, for making this fun. You have a great weekend. Ta-ta for now.